The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.
This is Denise Nostrom, CEO and founder of Diversified Financial Solutions. Now more than ever, investment advice is needed. Not just where best to invest your money, but why. Are you investing for your future retirement? Are you retired and looking to maximize your income? Are you maximizing your income and concerned with leaving money for your loved ones? Are you investing for your retirement at the same time saving for your children's education and at the same time saving to buy another home? Are the markets in line with your goals? Are your goals ever changing? Please contact me at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691. Or visit us at diversifiedfinancial.biz. For over 25 years, I have been helping individuals, families, and business owners navigate through all market conditions with only one goal in mind, my clients. Visit me at diversifiedfinancial.biz or call Denise Nostrom, founder of Diversified Financial Solutions, at 631-758-8691. That's 631-758-8691 for a conversation about my most important client, you. Good afternoon. Well, yes, it's Friday again. It was a long week, but then it wasn't. I know that sounds really weird. Does anybody know what the heck I mean by that? It just seems like the Fridays just keep coming, but then the week kind of drags on. But then like at the last minute, it's just kind of like time too. I'll be sitting in the office and I'll be like, oh, it's only noon, 12 o'clock and it's 1, 2, and then it's 5. Like from 2 to 5, I don't even know what the heck happens, but, I'm just thankful that it is Friday. I want to thank you all for tuning into the Financial Chick Show today. I'm your host, Denise Nostrom, the CEO and owner of Diversified Financial Solutions. Your Financial Chick is here to help you make better financial decisions and choices to improve your life and reduce your anxiety and stress about money. Always, if you want to learn more about me or my firm, you can go to the website at financialchickshow.com. We're also on Facebook at Diversified Financial Solutions, so you can check it out and see what's happening. So I'm in the studio by myself today, but last week I was happy to have not only my assistant Mike Scudero here with me, but also my daughter Megan. She was home and she came on the show, and my gosh, she hasn't been on the show for a long time, so it was good to see her. If you heard, she's in her second year of school, of college, so she's not home as much as she used to be. Yeah, so things are good. It was a great show, and actually you can listen to it on my website at financialchickshow.com under the radio tab or media tab, if you want to check it out. So it was really good to have her and him. Always a great show. So last weekend was Columbus Day weekend. So some of us had off on Monday. I didn't. Well, I would have, but I'll tell you why I didn't. And it turned out, unfortunately, to be a washout. So every year we take our boat. It's kind of like the last official boating weekend of the season, and we go over to Watch Hill, and I know some people go to Davis Park. We just go to Watch Hill, and just they have a big dinner, and there's baskets, and then we just basically eat and drink till there's no more food and drink left. So it's kind of a fun weekend and helps them. We enjoy it, the whole 9 yards. But as many of you know, we had a nor'easter, which really wasn't as bad as we thought it could have been. But at the same token, being on a boat on the water, wind, it's not good. So normally we would stay through Sunday. That's usually the best day. And then we'd come home on Monday, and get to work eventually. But unfortunately this year, most people left on Saturday night after the dinner, which wasn't a dinner, it became a lunch. And then, we left on Sunday morning, and it was getting a little sketchy. It hadn't started raining yet though, but the currents in the water on the Great South Bay were nuts, and the waves were pretty decent as well. The wind was there. But it wasn't raining. So we got out of there, went across the Great South Bay. It was really getting back into the slip, but that was the adventure. Cause most of the boats were still at the marina, and, it took us a bit of time, but my husband nailed it. Captain Rob did a great job, but, yeah, so it was a short week for most of us, but, we're really just in the fall. We're deep into the fall, and you know how much I really love that, and how it's been so cold already, and I'm going to have to hibernate. But also today I got a crown done. Now, mind you, I'm going to give you away my age. I don't even care. But for 57 years, I never had anything done in my mouth. I literally had no, work done on my teeth at all, but I had to get a crown. So I got the crown today. Fortunately, I'm able to talk well. The numbness has gone away. So I'm feeling a little bit of soreness, but I was just really kind of sad. I was like, gosh, I had that tooth for my whole life and now it's not really a full tooth anymore. But anyway, there it is. No biggie, But like I said, I'm in the studio by myself today, but I'm very excited for next week. I'm going to tell you at the beginning and I'll probably tell you at the end of the show too, but JVC Broadcasting, which is the parent company of LI News Radio, we're going to be having a big shindig here next Friday. We're going to celebrate my show, the Financial Chick Show's 5th anniversary on the air. So next Friday, which is October 24th, we're going to have a live broadcast. I'm actually going to be on for an hour next week from 5 to 6. But we're going to have refreshments and drinks for all of you that want to come down to the studio. Please come down. We'd love to see you, meet you. And I know we're going to have a bunch of guests that have been on my show for the past couple of years pop in as well. And I want to thank my buddy Kevin Downey Jr., who has his show every day of the week, Monday through Friday, from 9 to 11. He's been promoting it on his show, and I want to thank him so much. He's such a doll. What a sweet guy. So right here, MacArthur Airport, come on down, and we're going to have a special tribute to General Manager David Levenstein, gone but never forgotten. He was the one that got me introduced to all of this, and I remember meeting with him the first time, and I was like, radio. I'm not sure if this is something I want to do, but 5 years later, here I am, and I can't believe it, and I'm still enjoying it, and I still have a good time. Talking to you, all of you. So it's a good thing. So I want to just first tell you, I've been doing a lot of spring cleaning. If you've been listening to spring, oh my God, see, I'm such an optimist. I wish it was spring. It's fall cleaning. Since I've lost my diamond and I'm very, very sad, I've been ripping apart my house, but I'm kind of like doing some stuff anyway, as far as clean up and clean out. And you too should as well. So town of Brookhaven, there's only 2 more. Actually, I'm lying. There's 3 more. Cause today is the 17th. So actually tomorrow there's going to be a special recycling event, at the Setauket Fire Department on Nichols Road in Setauket from 9 to 1. These are all going to be from 9 to 1 in different locations, but they take your e-waste, they take paper, they take drug, and they take cardboard. So any of the stuff that you have laying around your house, or if you just got your statements, get rid of all the other quarterly statements that you have. Most companies will give you like quarterly statements, meaning like January through March, and then they'll give you January through June, and then they'll give you January through September. So those first 2 quarterly statements, you can throw them right in the box and bring them to the shredding event and get rid of them. So we've got tomorrow, October 18th. They've got October 25th, and these are all Saturdays at William Floyd High School. In Mastic Beach from 9 to 1 again. And then, Saturday, November 1st at South Country Library in Bellport on Station Road. So you can go to the Town of Brookhaven website for more information, but it's a good time to do some fall cleaning. Get rid of it if you don't need it. And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be having a guy called the, oh gosh, now I'm going to remember his name, Vinny Giacalone, the organized guy. He is going to come in and he's going to talk to you about just maybe starting your new year with feeling lighter and airier. So we're going to make you wealthy. We're going to make you lighter, area. Everything's going to happen. It's going to be wonderful. I'm kind of looking ready for 2025 to go. You too? It's been a good year. We've had a lot of good stuff, but I'm going to be honest, it's been a kind of yucky too. So, again, optimistic for 2026. We'll see what's going on. But speaking of craziness, we got the shutdown, and today is the 17th day of the government shutdown. And, shutdowns in markets, historically, they're business as usual. And quite frankly, that is definitely what has been happening because the market is raging and doing very well. But, the U.S. Senate is unable to pass a continuing resolution to fund government operations before the end of the fiscal year. So the shutdown actually began on midnight on October 1st. And if the resolution, the GOP majority sought a simple extension of fiscal 2025 funding levels through November 21st. But the Democrats also wanted to address the extension of the expiring health care subsidies and other health care related matters. Republicans were preferred to negotiate extending the healthcare provisions later in the fall. So they can't get together with the healthcare. I will tell you, when Obamacare came in, my husband and I and my family, we lost our health insurance. That was fun. Fortunately, we had to work around. But that's the beauty of America. You know, we have Christian Health Ministries. So healthcare has been a freaking issue for a very long time. And, I don't know. It just always seems to be a thorn in the side. But historically, government shutdowns are not particularly rare, with 20 occurring since 1976. People are like, oh my God, this is it's not unusual. It's not unusual. Unfortunately, the government should be working for us and should be able to help us, but they want to fight, and that's what we got. The average funding crisis has lasted a week, but with the longest stretching 35 days. We're at 17, not the longest, but we're running toward that pretty quickly. One impact of the funding crunch that does affect the market a little bit is the suspension of government data. So we don't really know what's going on with the data. So when that comes out, that's going to have a whole other situation, and it keeps policymakers like the U.S. Fed temporarily in the dark and not being able to make decisions. So so we'll see. I mean, we'll hopefully this will come to a close very soon. But I have a lot of stuff on the other side of the commercial to talk to you about, so stay tuned. Welcome back. You are listening to The Financial Chick Show. My company is in Medford, Diversified Financial Solutions, and you can reach us at 631-758-8691 or visit my website, financialchickshow.com, to learn more about us. But I come here every Friday. I'm here to help you on your financial journey. Over the years, things change, and I'm here to help you navigate all of those changes. So we were talking about this little thing. Well, I don't know if it's a little thing, but the government shutdown that is happening at the moment. And we're in day 17. And like I'd said before, that before the break, it's not the longest one at 35 days. It's not the shortest one, which is a week. So hopefully, we got the weekend, so nothing's going to go down at this point. But, next week, hopefully they'll, get it together. And I mean, the biggest sticking point is health insurance. And I know I constantly say it. I just hate health insurance. I know I was saying I'm going to do a show about it, but, I literally was tortured during the pandemic. And I used to sell health insurance, pretty actively in my practice. And, when Obamacare came into place, oh my God, it was like just a disaster. So one day we'll have to talk to you about that. But that's basically a sticking point. So that's why it just gets under my skin. But we talked about the fact that, we're not getting any government data, but, from an investment perspective, while shutdowns rarely have lasting effects on the index levels, and you can see what's happening at the market right now, the market just doesn't care. I mean, it's just, it's not one of the biggest things that it's worried about. But they can affect individual companies, particularly those that derive a significant portion of revenue from government funding, such as defense or aerospace companies. And again, it is a little nerve-wracking, the fact that here, especially being at the airport, people are not getting paid, air traffic controllers. Now, what the administration is paying the military, so they got that in place. They are talking about paying some other things. Honestly, I know somebody like Trump don't like Trump, but I mean, the guy's got a heart, and he doesn't want people not to be paid. But at the same token, he was elected by a majority to help the U.S. And basically, one of those things is to grow more and to spend less. And that's basically what we're trying to do. So, part of the thing with the health insurance, we want to give health insurance to everybody and anybody. You can't do that. And, we got to worry about our people first. That's the most important thing. There's people that are working very hard, paying into federal, state, Medicare, all of that. We need to take care of our people. But, basically, we believe the shutdowns overall can create opportunities for active managers who have carefully analyzed the business models of these organizations to take advantage of the short-term price dislocations that may, if and when investors overreact to the headlines of the day. So nobody's really overreacting. Everybody's very excited and doing a lot of things. The stock market's on a tear. But I think there's still more room to run. I mean, there's a few different things that need to be rectified that are still, the market doesn't like uncertainty, but it's not really caring about the uncertainty right now. But when we fix things that are uncertain, forget about it. We got the tariffs. All right. Tariffs is something that, now the big spotlight right now in the news is China. And China's been messing around. And, if you're in business, or if you're a negotiator, which our president is, you need to deal with things. It's like what you think of it as from a level of kids too. When you say to the kid, like, do that, and you wait till you see what's going to happen, right? It's the same type of strategy that Trump is instituting with China. Is he going to do 150%? Come on, that's probably not realistic. But if you go high, then you can roll low, right? So you got to start at a high level and see what's going on. But so once we get the tariffs rectified, things are going to be in great shape. Once the government opens up, that's another thing. Interest rates are going to be decreased. Again, we're at a hold right now. The Fed's not really making any decisions. Is not going to have any meetings because of the shutdown, but they're going to be decreasing rates, and that's going to be a big push to the market. Manufacturing is coming back to the United States of America. That is amazing. Drilling, less regulation. There's a lot of great things. And one thing that if you maybe didn't hear, you probably didn't because they didn't make a big deal of it, but I think it's a huge deal, is that something is down 2% from last year. Now, that may not sound like a big number, but we haven't seen this be down in a really long time, and that is the national deficit. Let me repeat that. The national deficit is down 2% from last year. That's a pretty big deal. The tariffs are working. I know that was a bit, the tariffs. The tariffs are beginning to work. Money's coming into the coffers, and that's exactly what we need to happen. So things are moving in the right way. And then I didn't even talk about, there's so much money waiting on the sidelines. There's so much money that's kind of being held. Well, a couple of reasons. One, because people are scared. But then the other faction is that now people are like, oh my God, the market's so high, so I don't want to get into the market right now. So if any of these things kind of hit, we're going to be in great shape. It's going to be unbelievable. So one thing that I found very interesting is that as far as the real estate market, 65% of Americans say that the government shutdown has had no impact on their timeline to make a major purchase, such as a home or a car. So it's like, actually real estate and cars. Of those impacted, 17% have delayed major purchase plans, and another 7% have canceled plans altogether. So that's a pretty low number, only 7%. So again, people are still doing what they're doing. One thing we talk about prices. Now we do see prices still up, but what was the big thing when inflation was up at 9%? Those damn egg prices, right? So egg prices are down 80% plus after topping $8 a dozen in February following the bird flu outbreaks. Wholesale large USDA egg prices have fallen 82% to just over $1.50 a dozen. So that's good news, so, and one other thing that's down is, oil prices are going down. So they're expecting that, fuel should be down to hopefully $3 a gallon. Now, depending on where you're listening, obviously, this is a national number, but, very interesting. We've got, Bitcoin's down as well as Ethereum, but gold and silver is up. And so it's just been a very, very interesting marketplace and very, very confusing. But I like to talk about the positive. So another very positive is people are ditching the plastic. U.S. debt outstanding in August, credit card debt, fell to $1.31 trillion for its ninth straight year-over-year decline. Since 1970, the only other time that revolving credit declined in a year-over-year basis were coming out of the financial crises from 2009 through 2012 and March 2020 through December 2020, March 2020 through December. I'm so excited. Through December 2020 during COVID. So again, now that's something. Now we have some people coming to us with credit card debt and stuff like that, but they're more willing to address the debt now, which is kind of interesting. So I see a lot of good stuff happening, and it's a good thing. So I think the market still has a lot of room to run. But one market that has not been doing so well has been the bond market, but that is now changing. So, is it time to get excited about municipal bonds? It might be. So municipal bonds are basically an investment that you can get through a mutual fund, that you can have a bunch of municipal bonds, or you can buy individual municipal bonds. So what's very exciting about them is that they are federally tax-free. And depending on what state you are, now if you're in Florida, obviously you already have no state tax. But if you're in New York, we have a lot of state tax. You can actually have tax-free state municipal bond. And if you live in the boroughs, you can have triple tax free. So you can have a muni bond that is free from federal, state, and local taxes like city taxes. So again, this is something that you may want to explore. It's a very, very exciting option. It hadn't been for quite some time, but if rates were to go down, it's going to be a very good time to buy, and I would do it before the rates go down. So if you have any questions and want to learn more about muni bonds, you can always contact our office, and we can tell you more about that. So, yeah, so that's basically what we got going on. So next week, I hope a lot of you can come down. I would love to see you. Again, we're having our 5th anniversary of the Financial Chick Show next Friday, October 24th. We're going to have a live broadcast from 5 to 6. So I'm still going to do it. And I'm actually going to do the show for 1 hour, but we're going to have a lot of people popping in and out. And it's going to be very, very exciting. Come down. We're going to have refreshments. We're going to have drinks from 5 to 7. Windows on the Lake is going to be providing the food for us, so we thank them in advance. And I hope you can be here. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you haven't seen the studio, it's kind of a neat place to come down and see. Again, we're right here at MacArthur Airport. And yeah, we hope you can be here at the LI News studios. So I want to thank you for tuning in today. I hope you got some good information. And next week, we're going to make it really light and airy, and we're going to have some fun. So hope you can join us. Have a great weekend.
I'm back in New York.
Advisory services offered through Blackridge Asset Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Securities are offered through Peak Brokerage Services, LLC, member FINRA, SIPC. Blackridge Asset Management and Diversified Financial Solutions are separate and independent entities from Peak Brokerage Services.
The views and opinions expressed on this program are not necessarily those of this station, JVC Broadcasting Management, or its sponsors.